Okay, we are now live on YouTube.
Okay.
So, welcome to the newspaper review. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the HOTSEAT TV that brings you each and every morning what is in the headlines and what is making news throughout the nation and here at Kisii and Nyamira counties. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome and let us do this together. Today we have
Zach, you're hanging. I don't know whether it's my network or it's from your side.
no, it's my network is stable.
I don't know whether it's from my side, but I think my net is also stable.
Okay, let us let me see. We are okay. Okay. Now we want to start the newspaper review, and this is the Hot Seat TV. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have Dalfant Nyataige, who is a political commentator, and we have also my dear, who is from Texas. Welcome, so that you can discuss the newspaper. So first things first, in the newspaper today, we have four newspapers. We have the Daily Nation, we have the Standard, we have the Star, we have the People Daily, and we have Taifa Leo. And in the Standard, it says Kalonzo, I must be on Raila's ticket. I will welcome Nyataige to discuss about this issue of running mate. Kalonzo insists he must be the running mate of Raila Odinga. What can you say, Dalfat?
First of all, the issue of running mate is very complex at the moment. It's determining a lot of things because we are going to vote based on regions. We cannot avoid that as much as we want to avoid it. Our politics majorly has its roots in our tribal or in our rather ethnical background. So I think Kalonzo is confused. Either he's confused on the issue of running mate or what he signed because he told us he doesn't know what he signed in the first
Yes,
place. He doesn't know what stake he has in Azimio. But we are likely to have a lot of complications, especially in Azimio, because the lines have not been drawn. We have almost 26 to 27. We have 26 party leaders who are interested with the
yes,
position of running mate. This is going to be a challenge to them, and yet to see how they're going to work over it to avoid a spillover. But I expect a spillover because Mount Kenya is very keen or interested in
yes,
having the position of a running mate. And
yes,
Nonzo can't take anything else than that. So I think if Kalonzo is not going to be given the position of running mate, uh, where for me I think he deserves it. If you look at his numerical
yes,
value that he brings to the Azmio team, I think he deserves to be the running mate. Because Raila cannot be able to get any votes from Mount Kenya. Even if he gives Uhuru Kenyatta the position of the running mate, he will not be able to tilt Mount Kenya to his favor. So I think Raila will be safe if we will have Kalonzo as a running mate. And then at that point, he can be competitor to William Ruto. Without Kalonzo in the matrix, then I don't think we have an election. William Ruto will win early in the morning with almost 80% of the total vote cast against Raila who will be struggling at 20%. So a Raila Kalonzo candidature, you are likely to see a Raila Kalonzo candidature, but it will be interesting how Uhuru is going to respond to that because how will he go out there and campaign for Raila Amolo Odinga in Mount Kenya without a running mate? It will be interesting to see that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dalfant. Chomba, welcome. And to today's discussion, we're discussing about the headlines in the newspapers today and the state of the nation or what is happening. Karibu sana. We have my dear Kalonzo wants to be running mate to Raila, and he says he must be running mate or he leaves. What is your comment on this?
What they have in Ukambani cannot equate us to like winning the presidency. So we only have even Peter Kenneth. We dismissed him. We only want Lee Kinyanjui is a cuk. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the only person we want. Otherwise, Peter Kenneth, we dismissed him. He had a better chance more than Kalonzo. And then we can't give him a chance. But we only want Lee Nyanjui. That's it. That's
Okay.
all the only thing we need. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe
Chomba, what can you comment about this? The running mate issue
You
and Kalonzo
know,
being
my humble submissions, my humble comments are that, the very moment Azimio will have a candidate, a running mate from Mount Kenya. Those people supporting Azimio from Mount Kenya are all weaklings. Nobody from Mount Kenya supporting Azimio is very strong who can give Raila votes. The only thing that Raila can do as well, the only candidates that we can give him votes is none other than Kalonzo Musyoka. If he makes a mistake of getting a running mate from Mount Kenya, and at the same time, when we look at Mount Kenya currently, William Ruto is likely to get a running mate from the same region, and the support for William Ruto from the same region is very high. So it is very risky for Raila Amolo Odinga to have a running mate from Mount Kenya. Another thing, Azimio is likely to be. Azimio is not going. It's not very strong as we used to think about it, because when you look at it, there are squabbles. There are squabbles all the time. They have issues. They have never sat and agreed on basic things. But when you look at William Ruto's side, that is Kenya Kwanza. These people have agreed on so many things. You have never seen them having disagreements to an extent of having them even tabling them on national televisions the way Azimio team is doing. So it is Kalonzo Musyoka is the only option that Raila has, and there is no shortcut to that.
Thank you, Chomba, and that is on the standard. And also, there's this issue about yes, Dalfant.
we've not exhausted the topic. My dear made an allegation, strong allegation that they dismissed Peter Kenneth. I don't know him with who, because he's not among the principals in Azimio, and he cannot authoritatively tell us that they dismissed Peter Kenneth. We don't have that information in the public domain, and let us avoid guesswork. Also, to add to what Chomba has said, we are going to have a lot of infights within Azimio. You heard the other day Shebesh threatening ODM, telling them that before they came to Azimio, they had a government. And we are going to have these fights because of the stake, because everybody wants stake within Azimio. And these couples are going to be more fierce once a running mate has been appointed, and we are likely to have a spillover from Azimio, because you've given their numbers. You are talking about 26 party leaders. Even if you want to award them, because everyone has an interest within that fraction, it's going to be chaotic and it's going to be very messy. Because on what basis are they going to know what they are going to award maybe Kalonzo? On what basis are they going to gauge on what to award Uhuru? On what basis are they going to agree on how to award the other 26 party leaders within Azimio? Even if they form government, this is going to be a government, a lot of issues. And I think we should dismiss it from the onset, because this is a precipitate of chaos and even political violence, even if they make government. You can see a small thing as a running mate is bringing a lot of confusion, and everybody is pulling towards his end. Now imagine if these people get to power, what are we likely to see? We are going to have a total messed up government with everybody feeling is entitled to, the instruments of powers. We are going to have a totally messed government with no proper structures, no proper administration, no proper governments. So the issue you are talking about is Kalonzo Musyoka, and as my friend Chomba has also put it right, Raila Amolo Odinga doesn't have a lot of votes from Mount Kenya. I am very sure he cannot take that risk to pick a running mate from Mount Kenya, because he is going to get more than 100,000 votes from Mount Kenya. So the only option he has, and the only option that can make him to compete with my good friend Ruto, is going to be Kalonzo Musyoka, because he at least has some 2 million votes to bring on the table. Peter Kenneth can't. And the one that Maida is telling us about is talking about Lee Kinyanjui. Lee is a Rift Valley leader. He's from Rift Valley. He might be a Kikuyu, as you want to say, but he's from Rift Valley. He is being viewed as a leader from Rift Valley. So you cannot tell us that he's from Mount Kenya. You cannot alternate facts. So beating Lee is as good as shooting on his feet, because
okay.
get nothing, you will also get.
Okay, thank you. My dear, you can respond to that allegation. Yes.
We need had ya kwere ya UDM.
Yes.
Lakini the fact is,
Yes.
there's no way orabe nga gore wave against what do we call them? Over a wave against Mount Kenya and over a wave against
Yes.
I don't know. You might think akina motevi.
Okay, so what do you think about this? Is Rift
So
Valley?
the thing is Lee Kinyanjui ne rangmet na ande kon tengo teide ausak.
Yes.
Ekenen gelina ki
Yes.
esava yere mwatoli nyomba.
So you are saying they will rig elections?
Regardless.
Okay.
Na ande ngote ken tarehe 10 mwezi wa 8 2022.
Yes.
Chikura chikutanga sumambi 11.
Yes.
Koru GSU headquarters.
Okay, thank you.
Ruaraka.
Okay.
Aya, koru abusa mbili.
Yes.
Togende inauguration. Numate inauguration. Numate yi tariswere ngine ceremony.
Yes.
Togende inauguration
Don't allow
Kasarani.
rumors on this platform.
Okay. We
on this platform kindly. We cannot authenticate. We allow rumors on this platform. You cannot authenticate that servers are in Atoli's home. Those are ambiguous, trashy allegations. Come on.
Okay.
They are better than that.
Thank you. Chomba, what can you comment? Will there be rigging in this election?
I'm not going. I'm coming back there later, but I wanted to say something about Kalonzo. Yes, let's assume that Raila has his running mate from Eastern, and that's Kalonzo. There is this, my friend Dalfanta said that Kalonzo is likely to give Raila 2 million votes. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think that is very impossible, given that the situation there. You can see other governors, the governor from Machakos, and the other one from Tui, and then Makueni. These governors are all against Kalonzo. So that's why I'm saying that there are slim chances that Kalonzo will give Raila 2 million votes. Let's assume whatever our friend is saying, that's my dear. Leave alone those issues that he's saying that servers are at Oli's home. All those things have been said since the onset of the handshake, but they have never worked. You know, there are so many things that this handshake has tried to do, and we have seen that those things are not working. So whatever that whatever our friend is saying is honestly wind, and we cannot rely on that. The fact is that it is the Kenyan voter who has the powers to choose the president. And then remember, William Ruto is not a fool. He's going to protect his votes. So there is no shortcut. We know the mechanisms that William Ruto has employed. Some of the things that we cannot even disclose in this forums. We are saying that there is no vote for William Ruto that is going to be stored. Those dreams are blood. We cannot rely on them. So William Ruto has employed all mechanisms to ensure that these votes are protected. And you will never see us demonstrating anyway. We are going to do it using our brains and using the mechanisms that we have put in place to take care of our votes. There is nothing like being servers working from somebody's home. Those are just dreams that are blood. They never work.
Thank you. Western GSU, welcome to the conversation about Kalonzo being Raila's running mate. What is your comment on this?
Rudia tena.
Western GSU, karibu. Kalonzo wants to be Raila's running mate. What is your take on this?
Oh, asante sana kwa kunipea nafasi ya kuongea tena. Mimi kwa upande wangu ningeonelea vizuri this round Kalonzo akae kando kidogo, wachague running mate mwingine. Juu ya nini? He has been there for a long time.
Yes.
But hatupati faida.
Yes.
Kama mimi mtu wa papa, mimi na support papa 100%.
Yes.
Lakini tunataka tuchague mwingine kutoka nje, si Kalonzo.
Okay.
So that tuone kama hiyo kitu tumeichukua vizuri sana. Nimepata mwenzetu akiongea hapa Mr. Dennis Chomba. Nimesikia akiongea mambo mengine sana hapo. Pia ati hawana uoga ya kuibiwa kura ati nini. Hakuna mahali kura zinaiba. Maybe wao ndio wako na mpango ya kuiba, lakini sisi hakuna haja ya kuiba kura. Tukijua vizuri sana this 2013, 2017 we have been voting for Papa, and the Papa you always get the majority of the votes even without central. Yeah, so we are here and we are here to defend our Papa, to be an president of the Republic of Kenya. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
So the only thing I can tell my brother Mr. Dennis, hakuna mambo ya kuogopa ati kura zimeibiwa, kura zitafanya nini?
Okay.
Hizi kura tutapiga na tutaamuka asubuhi na tunachagua Papa, na wenye watachagua Ruto watachagua, lakini the only thing we need in our country tukue na amani. Isikuwe ya 2007, isikuwe ya 2013, isikuwe ya 2017. Okay?
Thank you Western GSU. Sauti ya Mwananchi, karibu. Kalonzo wants to be Raila's running mate. What is your comment on this? Yes, Sauti ya Mwananchi, you there? It seems you have lost him. Now we go back to you, Sauti. Okay, Chomba, what can you comment about this?
Mwenye ameongea Kiswahili ametoka kidogo, simuoni.
Yes, ametoka.
Hakuwa anajua that I was responding to the comments of his colleague. I was just responding to the comments of his colleague that there is no votes for William Ruto that will be stolen. Everything has been put in place, and we shall vote. You know, we are going to have a revolution. You know, to vote so that, you know, his vitisho mnasema wataenda waibe. That's why we will vote, so that wakosa ya kuiba wakiba kidogo ingine ibaki. So we are going to vote, and William Ruto will, as employed all mechanisms to ensure that this vote is protected. That's what I was saying. I was just responding to the comments of Idi Laimo. Yeah.
Idi Laimo, karibu sana. What
No
can you
wonder
say?
ninja my dear.
Okay, my dear, stay on.
Wano again don't get link chomba. Chomba nga yutanga sakuru.
Chomba is in Kisi. We have muted his mic.
Okay. Okay. And from the uniform Nawongoranga Nawole, maybe one of the members yes you.
Okay.
Again tonke linga ki. Again
Yes,
to kereng enkelinga no to tanga zakuruaraka maambia sakuna moja.
Okay. Those are
Aya, as
allegations.
we proceed to
Yes.
Kasarani National
Yes.
Stadium by
Okay.
Sambir Notole.
Thank you.
Tokole inauguration, swearing in ceremony. Kera abetelina we can do it the same day. Lakini wono abun Kasarani
Okay.
natoka inauguration. Mate inauguration tali inga osene swearing in ceremony na uko tangasa ngaki.
Yes.
Ate abia bandonga ga kia santeni.
Yes.
Mwangere chukura.
Okay. That is well done. We go to the Daily Nation. Matiang'i anasema relax, we will have a smooth transition. This was an interview with the Daily Nation where he said ya kwamba the public officers will discharge their duties to facilitate a smooth transfer of power. So what do you think about this? Dalphant.
I think what I'm thinking is Matiang'i is trying to boost the confidence of the public that themselves have messed up. Because if you see people like my dear imagining that they're going to rig elections, they're going to
Yes.
loading from some GSU camp somewhere, very wild imaginations. So I think they have totally missed the public confidence on conducting a free and fair process, transition process, and is trying to instigate some confidence into the public because they have totally misled the public to the extent that people, an average think of the society is thinking that elections are going to be stolen or going to be dealt in an unfair manner. So this is their own fault. They're the ones who are put in that position, and I think they're trying to get themselves out of that position. But it will be very difficult for the public to trust him, given that he is playing an active role in terms of trying to manipulate, or how the society sees it, trying to manipulate the electoral process. To the extent you are also allowing rumors peddlers here to come and mislead the public on their own wide imaginations that elections are going to be rigged, and we are going to have announcing elections from our military bases. It's very wrong. Please take control of the platform and let us be substantial on the issues that we are addressing, and let us have facts.
Thank you. So those allegations made by my dear, they're allegations that we cannot substantiate. Those are his or his opinion. So that is what we cannot substantiate that. Dennis Chamba, what can you comment about Matiang'i's take about smooth transition? What can you say?
Thank you. Before I go to those to the other side to respond to what I guess is just repeatedly saying that they have they will win inauguration, all those things. Huwezi kuwa na mtoto kabla ukuwe na mwanamke mume. Hatuwezi unda watoto kutoka kwa matope and then breathe life to them. The last person to do that was Jesus Christ, was God. we cannot do that. So those allegations or those comments cannot be substantiated the way that are said. So we cannot rely on them. Now, Matiang'i, Kenyans know what Matiang'i stands for. Kenyans know. He boldly came out some time back and said that he is doing whatever the president, his brother, has always been telling him, not his brother, but his boss has been telling him. So we know what Matiang'i stands for. And then, coming back, after realizing the mistakes, he's now coming back and saying, oh, we are going to have this and this, there will be this transition. These things, we understand them. It's only that he is now trying to cover up, to make himself, to paint himself to look like he's a very clean creature, of which he's not. But then again, whatever he's saying is very good for the general public, because that's what we expect of him to say. But we are now expecting it to come from his heart, because honestly, it is not coming from his heart. And I hope in the remaining months, because they have realized that Kenyans are much against of what they have been doing and saying, so in the coming months, we expect him to totally change his position. Now, he stops talking from his lips, he talks from his heart. Whatever he's saying is right, yes, but then we don't believe that he stands for what he says. So that's why we hope that, or we wish that in the remaining months, let him realize that Kenyans have now decided to have a new government. Is free from these things that we have been seeing. You can see the situation in the country is very pathetic, and I don't think whether Idi Laimo is around, he could have realized that things are not going on well here. So that's why we wish that our CS Matiang'i to his heart henceforth. He should speak from his heart instead of just speaking from his lips. We want to see whatever he's saying coming from his heart. Those are my observations.
Thank you. Dennis Oseko, karibu sana. We are discussing about Raila's running mate. Kalonzo wants to be Raila's running mate. That was a must, and we are speaking about whether Matiang'i will handle a smooth process. What is your comment on this?
Unmute his mic. Unmute his mic.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes. Good morning. Yes.
Your volume is a little bit down. I don't know if there is anything you can do about it.
Okay. It's okay now?
I guess you are talking about Raila's possible running mate.
Yes.
And
yes.
Are you saying it may be Matiang'i?
No. Matiang'i is saying Matiang'i wants to be to take a process to ensure there's a smooth transition in power. Do you think he is able to manage that?
No, I've listened to his interview yesterday, and I've not read the papers to ascertain exactly what could be there. But from what I've seen, Matiang'i had already taken sides. He is literally supporting the candidature of Raila Amolo Odinga, whom his boss equally supports because he's an appointee of the president, and therefore he has to follow suit. So he's basically respecting his boss, and because he's the one that appointed him to the position that he occupies at the moment. So like as any servant would do, you have to respect your boss. So he's just doing what any other servant or appointee should do. But away from that, CS or public servants are not supposed to engage in politics. That is the law. And he had gone overboard. But of late, he has toned down. And if there is anything that he's doing, he could be doing it at the background. He's not very vocal like he used to be. So I think he has improved a little bit. And on matters Raila running mate, I think the running mate is a preserve. A position is a preserve of the mountain. And in my view, it should Raila should scale the mountain from the Meru side. This other side, he will not, because this is already routonated. So even if he brings a running mate from this other side, he tries to climb the mountain from Kiambu and Morana, he will fail. Let him go the farthest, Abadea the other side, and scale the mountain from Meru through Munya. That would do. But this other side, even if he gets a running mate, it will be inconsequential. Another option that he would probably have, if it is not Meru, then it should be Embu. That will bring a little bit of results. But, Kalonzo's position, or looking at the numbers of the Kamba community, because in this country, we tend to look at leaders from where they come from, because our voting patterns are as such. You come from a Kisi community, we tend to look at the number of votes that your community have and the numbers that you're likely to bring. And therefore, campus have been very loyal to Raila, and he can't afford to lose the support of the campus. So it is going to be a very delicate balance. And I am just wondering what this watermelon fella wants. He's either there to rock the boat of Raila Amolo Odinga, because he seems to be very Kisirani this time round. I thought he had said, and he meant what he said, that he has decided to support Raila unconditionally. But he seems to have a lot of conditions lined up. So it is going to be a very delicate balance and a very tricky scenario. But we are waiting to see what is going to happen. But it seems it is the president that is leading the process. It's not even Raila. So maybe the president will prevail on Kalonzo, and maybe Kalonzo will tone down because he's politically erratic this season, and therefore maybe then you will be able to agree with Raila. And that is what I'd say as I sit ground for others to also speak their mind.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you for your submission. And also in the Daily Nation, we have the Ukambani leaders saying Yakwamba, if there's no Kalonzo, there's no Raila. Also, there's a comment in the upper section saying that lonely at the top is Uhuru an isolated man. Chomba, is Uhuru an isolated man?
Absolutely. I'm saying this, Uhuru has always been bragging that he'll always have whoever he'll support will win, and all of those things. Those things we have been seeing them. But then you can see who is from his region. Any strong any strong soul that is from his region that is supporting Raila. And even his MC, I doubt. Even his MP, who is Moses Kuya, suppose the other side, Uhuru is alone with his mother, with the Mamangina, those are the people that he has currently. And I doubt if their family will walk his way. But then the fact is that Uhuru has honestly been unable to consolidate the mountain towards the side that he supports. That is very honest and very true. You can see the other day, his friend, his innermost friend, the guy who won the ticket for UDA in Kiambu County, this guy by the name, how do we call him? Wamatangi, yeah, Wamatangi.
Yes.
Wamatangi has been a close friend to Uhuru, but when the right time knocked, he disappeared and went to the winning side, and he has won the ticket, and he'll be probably the next governor of Kiambu County. Those are some of the things that we look at and then say, oh, our president is alone. So how I wish we could be able to, Uhuru could be able to consolidate his people and then have them in his side. But then this has been impossible because he has tried it in Sagana 1, Sagana 2, all those things, but they have never worked. They always flop. Whenever he has a meeting, a serious meeting like the one that he had in Sagana, things flopped. We expected wonders, but wonders never happened. So honestly, Raila Uhuru is alone, and Raila should not expect much from him.
Thank you, Chomba. Sauti ya Mwananchi. Is Uhuru an isolated man?
Are you getting?
Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. I'm trying from here.
Let him unmute himself, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. What I can say at the moment is that even the president himself doesn't know what he wants.
Okay.
For example, I can recall back. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Okay. Now I can say this comfortably without even doubting myself. Uhuru at the moment doesn't know what he wants. Secondly, if Uhuru wants to have that powers he used to have in central Kenya, he has to work with Ruto, the deputy president. If he will not work with the deputy president, then forget about Uhuru. Uhuru will have the stamina. Tunasikizana. Uhuru
Yes.
angekuwa na nguvu sana. Uhuru angekuwa na nguvu sana kama alikuwa amesimama na Ruto hadi wa leo. Lakini kama hajawahi, kama hayuko na Ruto, saizi tunahesabu Uhuru kwamba ana kitu chochote katika zile pande za kwao.
Okay.
Alafu hizi vitu zote zenye amekuwa akisema ameenda Sagana 1, Sagana 2, ile ni kuleta wale watu wa kwao pamoja, lakini haijawezekana. Saizi Uhuru ako peke yake na mama yake na hata familia yake. Niko na uhakika kwamba saizi hayuko na familia yake, hata familia yake imemtoroka. So vile tunaangalia, as we are focusing on this politics, is that Uhuru ako peke yake, bado ako peke yake.
Thank you. Dalfant, your comment on this?
I can say he's a lonely man because his political allies have left him, almost all of them, from the Speaker of the National Assembly, Msuri Justin. They are very close friends. They are BFFs. You come to Sakaja, who was his like son. He was his godfather. You come to Anway Guru. You come to the people who are very close to him, and the people who helped him become president in 2013 and 2017 have isolated him and decided to a different path politically. But again, sometimes I question myself whether the moves are by design or by default. If you look at them, if you study them, you'd see, like, to me, they are more of political calculations. I really doubt whether someone can lose all his friends to that extent when he's still in power. It's very rare. It's very rare. It's politically very, very, very rare. And also to lose, very strong people from your background. It's very rare politically. But if you look at how BBI was handled and how it came to fail, you'd question the motives behind Uhuru's moves. To me, I don't think whether Uhuru is very honest with Raila Amolo Odinga. Is bringing nothing to the table. Everything that he has he has put his hand on. From handshake to BBI, it has failed. Yeah, it was designed to fail. And if you are keen again, if you go back to the times from 2018 to now, you realize that Uhuru Kenyatta has never stepped in Mount Kenya with Raila Amolo Odinga. He has never campaigned for Raila Amolo Odinga in Mount Kenya. And how quick is he losing his political value and his political stamina in Mount Kenya is also questionable. So from my end, I will say these moves are by design, and it was meant to happen that way.
Okay, thank you. My dear, what is your comment? Is Uhuru a lonely man?
There's nothing. Uhuru has no escape route. He needs to work. So the thing is, from February next year tutaingia BBI. Tutaingia BBI na Uhuru atakuwa prime minister.
Those are allegations.
Not allegations. That's the fact.
Okay, thank you.
Haya, hii itakuwa tarehe 10 mapema sana. Watu wa Rift Valley watalalamika sana, but we know what to do.
Okay, thank you.
And Uhuru Kenyatta will be still the president.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for those watching. Asante for joining us. And
allow us to be relevant to the topic. Please protect us from rumors and allow us to be relevant to the questions that are there. Allow us to be very relevant to the questions.
My dear, let us be relevant to the questions so that we are able to make progress, so that we can be able to know what is your view about this. So this is the HOTSEAT TV, and we are continuing with the newspaper review. And thank you very much for joining us. So also that was the Nation, the Star inasema ya kwamba IBC shocker for Raila and DP Ruto on running mates. Chebukati says the duo must name their deputies by April 28th. Wow. What do you think about this, Dennis Oseko? Then April 28th?
You know, this is already a determined matter.
Yes.
They are just pushing it to the very end so that it can be pulled as a surprise. But by the end of the day, the running mates are already predetermined. They know them. So whichever way, we do not elect running mates. We elect presidential candidates. Running mates are just accompaniments. So it's not going to be a big deal. And the kind of game they are playing a game of numbers. Which running mate will represent which region that has what number of votes? That is the issue here. And if you look at the tyranny of numbers, then every indicator shows that the most likely area that will provide running mate for both for the front runners in the presidential race, that is Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto, is Mount Kenya. Everybody is facing the mountain. So it's only that they are quite for Raila, he has quite a number of options: Peter Kenneth, Martha Karua, Munya, and all that. So they will still do that, and of course elections are here. We will elect and decide who will be president. But I'm telling you, there will be a handshake. Because you know what Uhuru and Raila started is something that will be here to stay for the longest. It's not, this handshake has come to its end, and after next year, because if you look at the likely outcome of the forthcoming general election, no one will be able to garner the majority, and therefore they need to do a handshake. so that they can run the affairs of this country without any hiccup. So those of us who are divided along Ruto, Raila, Uhuru, and such kind of things as Mia and Tangatanga, by the end of the day, let us know that these guys will sit down and agree and they share the leadership cake, while we are left to continue dealing with the issues that we faced with as common wananchi. So whether you are a hustler or you are Azimio or whatever it is, these people after election will agree, and they will agree to work together. So that is it.
Thank you, Dennis. April 28th is the day that you should name your running mate. Chomba, what do you think about this? Is Azimio ready and the other party ready?
Is ready and the other party ready?
Yes. You know what I wanted, what I'm seeing, and it will come to pass, is that when you look at the Kenya Kwanza side, they are prepared for anything. They are prepared for anything. The only side that has problems and issues is this side of Azimio. You see bubbles saying that if it's me, then Oro Kamba saying that if it's not Kalonzo, then everything will then no, said. And then on our side, when you look at Kenya Kwanza, these are people are prepared how they did signed their coalition agreement. Everything was in black and white. There was nothing that was hidden from the public domain, and there was nothing that nobody complained thereafter the way we are seeing them complaining on the other side. So we are saying in Kenya Kwanza, and then most probably we are going to get our learning from Kenya, and most probably nobody is going to have issues with it. But this other side, and whoever, this is a point that we should note, that whoever Ruto is going to choose as his running mate from Mount Kenya will not become the kingpin of Mount Kenya. That's a fact that we cannot run away from. And then when we go to this other side, talking about Peter Kenneth, who has not been elected in any serious position, and then we talk about Martha Karua, who has been losing against the likes of this governor of Kirinyaga. We are saying that this other side has weaklings. If they make a mistake of not giving Kalonzo the running mate position, then they should prepare for what. And again, if they give Kalonzo, still they should prepare for us, because Kalonzo is not going to give them everything, because they are going to lose the mountain, hands down, of which they don't have. And then if they give Kenneth, they are going to lose Eastern, which also they are. Eastern, they are also going. Maybe if they give Kalonzo, for instance, Kalonzo, these other governors will be against him, and there will be issues. So they have slim chances of doing anything that we expect. And then our friend Dennis was saying that there will be handshake and nobody win with them, and hence will win to shake the hands of the other, so that he runs the government without hiccups. That's very possible, because honestly, when we look at these things, as things stand, William Ruto had the mountain, William Ruto has Rift Valley, William has gone to Western, which you believe in and don't. William Ruto has gone to. William Ruto is everywhere, every stronghold that Raila had used, in every site that Raila used to get votes from, William Ruto has invaded those sites. So we are saying that everything is written on the walls, and William Ruto has the capability of forming the next government without much questions, because we can see, we can even smell, and we can touch. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dalfant Nyatege, your take?
I think they knew that this day was going to come, and we'll be in full-blown politics as from May. So on 28th of April and May, it's just like one and the same. They knew that, and I think they're prepared. So I think the headline on the Star newspaper is a little bit exaggerated, because I think they were prepared for it. But to add, I think William Ruto tried to manage this thing of running mate, and that's why you get people like Gashagwa saying that before these people joined the coalition, in reference to Mudavadi and Wetangula and the rest, they had been told the agreements that were
Yes, Dalphon, we've lost you. We go to my dear. What is your comment on this?
Chomba. Chomba gasirete. Nande, there is no way William Samuel Ruto ngwara bantu barenga bamuta marero ngwara babo kike bakoenda kwara babo Rigathi Gachagua bakoenda bono tima tinga William oyo nga yao chakuluchukura chiaye
Okay.
abwate chikura iga abwate chikura echaba nandi choka kitabwate kura bono norieri no engusi norieri no Mombasa norieri wapi no Nairobi bono ngai William maguru chikura chiaye.
Okay. Well answered. Dalphon, back to you.
as I was saying, when you look at William Ruto, he had a pact before these people joined the coalition. We're talking of Mudavadi, we're talking of Wetangula, and the rest of the people who have come to this coalition, the likes of Moses Kuria, Kabogo, they had been told already who is going to likely to be the running mate of William Ruto. So he had tried to manage this situation. But on the other hand of Azimio, we have two centers of power. And when you have two centers of power, there's likely to be friction. We're talking about Raila has his wants, Raila has his own calculations and how to go about it. And on the other side, we have Uhuru and his team. They also have their way of operating or how they want this process to be managed. And then you also have the Mount Kenya billionaires who are pushing for Peter Kenneth. And then again, you have Kalonzo Musyoka with his Ukambani votes on board. So I think we are going to have a spillover, especially on the side of Azimio. Are you getting me?
Yes.
We're going to have a spillover in the end of Azimio, because balancing the interest of these 26 principles is something that is not going to be as easy as it may people want to see. And if the process is not well managed, that will be the end of Raila and his politics going forward.
Okay, thank you for that. And we will ask our viewers to continue subscribing to the channel and also joining the conversation. The link to join to the conversation is on the comment section, and also we hope that you will join us. Also in the star, in the headlines, they say trouble in Ruto camp as fallouts increase after UDA primaries. Do you think Ruto is in hot soup after the UDA nomination, especially after the fall of the big wigs like Ater? Do you think William Ruto is in hot soup, and do you think he will manage to avoid any fallout in UDA? Your comment, Chomba, your comment.
Thank you. Let's understand the purpose of nominations. When we do nominations, every candidate who wants the party ticket is subjected to nominations so that he competes with the best and the so this just could not match the other guys. So we cannot say that whoever lost was stronger than the other. You can't lose and you are strong. Because you can see the nominations were free and fair. Even we had this kid, I call her a kid because she's slightly younger than myself. We were met. I'm a Shinda. So we say that whoever deserved it. And then other things, emotions, people saying so many things, they will heal. These things will heal with the time. They will heal, and then people will be back to normal business. Because you are in Bomet, you are low noise. We are supposed to and we will learn. So the one who will become the Jambu County. So there's so many things that we can look at. We can look at because actually we can say
Chomba, your mic has a problem. So deal with it, make it better. As Dalphant makes a comment, Chomba, check on your mic. Yes, Dalphant.
Okay. Okay. Let me say, I don't know what hot soup they're talking about. Because the issues that were during the UDA nominations, most of them. Someone should mute his mic.
Yes,
Are you
yes,
getting me?
Dalphant. Yes.
I'm saying the issues that were during the nomination, most of them have been addressed. I think we are going to have more of a re-election in those areas that really had issues. The timetables have been given out, and I think those who suffered injustices are going to, are going to be compensated, or they're going to get justice. So there's no hot soup. The issues will be addressed. The candidates will have a re-election, and I think the newspaper is spreading propaganda. There's nothing out of the ordinary, and I've not seen. We don't have a lot of issues after nominations. It's just like 10 areas or 10 to 20 areas that have again been addressed. So I don't think that there's going to be fallout within UDA, because we've put down proper mechanisms to address the issues that are raised during this nomination exercise. Unmute your mic, Zach. Unmute your mic.
Jeff Mikai, karibu sana. We discussing about the UDA primaries. The Star says there will be a big fallout. What do you think, Jeff, about this?
Okay, as I told you, I was in Nakuru. I'm still in Nakuru. I've been part of the UD exercise in Bahati constituency during the nominations. I think guys are, as things are, these guys looks like they want to work to continue working together. There won't be a big fallout, as per the information I have from the ground.
Okay.
These guys are looking forward to working together for the sake of the party. One or two guys are likely to quit because they were dissatisfied, but majority are likely to stand with the party.
Okay, thank you for that information. What do you think about the fallout in UDA, Dennis Oseko? Will there be fallout? And if they will be there, will they affect Ruto?
Obviously, there will be fallout. As to whether the fallout will affect Ruto, not a substantial effect, because he's already grounded. Those that have that are supporting him will still do it, and for those that cannot agree or did not agree with the nomination process, because again, as much as I don't belong to that political faction, I must congratulate UDA for what they did. And we have the youngest girl called Toto from Bomet, and another young girl, at a lady at Nandi County. But what I must blame him is that there is this slogan that he uses that says "Atupangwingwi." I agree with him, apangwingwi, but hiyo kutopangwa applies in Rift Valley. But in these other areas ametupanga. Because, look at what he did in our own county in Kisii. Alipanga vijana wote walikuwa wanauliza kura, beginning with Okengo Nyambane and the Matoke. And then he gave it to the octogenarians, something that he didn't do in Rift Valley. So in Kisii, tumepangwa kama vijana, and vijana waliambiwa they support 77-year-old Machogu, and the youths wait for another day. So hiyo tupangwingwi, yes, in Rift Valley hawapangwi, but other areas including Kakamega whereby Kalwale alipangwa, so it has been that. So that coalition between UDA na Mudavadi ile ni ya kupanga, but where UDA controls hawapangwi. That is what I would say. And it is very evident anyway.
Thank you. My dear, what do you think about the fallout in UDA? Will it happen?
Kilipugena lero. Kialenge. I don't know what kiliaeng. Anyway, we don't go shani vinge. Bara again donda tebe. I know mugusiole na injiro mugusinde. Ruto is not fit for us. Ruto is not fit for us. Ruto is not fit for us.
Thank you. My dear. Okay, my dear, we were speaking about the fallout in UDA, the primaries. Now we go to Taifa Leo. Inasema ya kwamba mbinu za Uhuru kukomboa mlima. Mbinu za Uhuru kukomboa mlima. It says that Rais Uhuru amebuni mikakati mbalimbali ya kufifisha umaarufu wa chama cha UDA katika eneo la Mlima Kenya. Do you think as things stand 3 months to the election that Uhuru Kenyatta will be able to cut William Ruto into size? Do you think that can happen? Dalfant Nyatege, do you think it will happen?
It will be a miracle. It is close to impossible. Why has he not been doing it from the beginning? And right now, does he have the political muscle to tilt Kenya? I really doubt. Those people who are close to him, those people that he thought or perceived to be his political muscles, have since left him. They have since, gone to or joined UDA, in short. So he doesn't have really the political muscle and the political strength to be able to tilt Mount Kenya from the side of William Ruto. However, it will be interesting to see how he's going to campaign for Raila Amolo Odinga, given the baggage of incumbency that he's carrying right now, and the economical strain that Kenyans are going through, and also the cost of living that is at its peak ever since our history. If Uhuru Kenyatta is going to stand anywhere and support Raila Amolo Odinga, I think he will be passing the baggage of incumbency to him. In fact, he will spoil more votes than he will help Raila Amolo Odinga get anything. So we are not scared about Uhuru Kenyatta supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. It's a plus to us, and I think he should be doing it. He should be doing it as soon as possible. Yeah, there's nothing new that is going to add towards Raila Amolo Odinga rather than destroying him.
Okay, thank you. Jeff Mikai, your comment on this?
Dalfant, good morning. Dalfant, don't underrate. Never underrate Uhuru. This game hasn't started, let me tell you. I can assure you that. You have spoken about the cost of living. The cost of living the people like Imani Ngunjiri know why we are where we are today. So when speaking that Uhuru has lost the top guys in the mountain, start with the UDA nominations. Ketu Waruguru, where is she? She was seen as like the top gun who is on Ruto's side at the moment. So this game hasn't really started. Uhuru will be coming. 1 month to election is very crucial. Uhuru will come. Already mapping has been done properly. There are guys who are likely to be given tougher guys to compete them. Especially, look at this guy, Kimani Ngujiri, Ndindi Nyoro. Those guys have been, how can I say? Those guys have been technically, have been marked. I'm looking for the right term, but okay, let me just use have been marked. Those guys are going home, whether you like it or not.
Your question on for purposes of clarity, they've been marked by who and who is sending them home? Who do you think is so strong in Kikuyu that is likely to send Kimani Ichung'wah home? Who do you think is strong to send Ndindi Nyoro home? So they've been marked, but by who? Who is the opponent here?
The system is still looking for an opponent. Still, they are trying to identify.
Your past nominations. You cannot tell us that they are still looking for an opponent. Your past nominations. We should have someone on the ground who is strong enough to, purge the people that you are accusing of. Your past nominations, you can't tell us that the system is still looking for individuals to come and make them stronger than Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah.
Yes.
Jubilee haven't concluded their nominations fully.
Okay.
Jubilee haven't handpicked their people fully. That one you understand very well. It's until around 20th is when they'll decide fully, but I know there are guys. They have looked, the Jubilee has identified stronger guys on the ground that are likely to send these guys home.
Okay,
and
thank you.
It won't be a shock come August.
Okay, thank you, Jeff, for that. Now we will be on Taifa Leo also. They are talking about what ya kwamba awaambia maafisa wa serikali yake waondoke maofisini ili wakapigie Raila kampeni. Uhuru has ordered all his officers to go and campaign for Raila. Now, what do you think about that?
That one, I'm sure it will have an impact as we speak. Been interacting with so many Kikuyus around this region in Nakuru. These guys, yes, they are even part of Ruto's UDA nominations for these other various seats. But these guys will tell you, uko juu, tunapigia baba. What does this tell you? They'll just want to hang around Ruto for them to at least fulfill or advance their interest. But at the final stage of voting, these guys majority are likely to vote for Ruto. Dalfant, don't shake your head. This one I assure you.
Okay.
Don't shake your head.
Oseko?
You cannot underrate Uhuru, and therefore you cannot trust these people before they cast their vote. You cannot make a predetermined ruling or decision about what they are likely to do. You know, in the previous election, we had this famous slogan called Thuraku Thuraku. I'm telling you that Thuraku Thuraku slogan is not going to be there because, you know, they are not voting for one of their own. As much as they support Ruto, is not one of their own. The zeal, the determination that they had last time to vote for Uhuru Kenyatta, is that kind of excitement is not going to be there. So hence there will be low voter turnout, in my view. And then number two, I've been in Nakuru. Nakuru is my home, and I know what happens there. They all are supporting Raila. But the young ones are very enthusiastic and about Ruto, and they are supporting Ruto. So if Raila gets only 20%, that is enough. So I've seen us celebrate whatever political faction, the victory of whatever political faction we are affiliated to, and more especially the Ruto people are into so much celebration. And even the Rift Valley that you guys keep saying is locked under Ruto, it is not the entire Rift Valley. Rift Valley, most of it is, some of it is cosmopolitan. But if you talk of North Rift, yes, is locked for Ruto. Kericho area, we call it, I don't know, South Rift. But there is also the Rift Valley of Turkana. And a part of the Masai is also Rift Valley. So by the end of the day, Raila will still get votes in Rift Valley. And therefore, let us not underrate Uhuru. Uhuru is influence is still very significant. And you know what? Kenyan politics is not based on ideas. It is the reality on the ground is very different from what is ideal. You could be having very good ideas, but they are not applicable on the ground. Even where you come from, Zach, and most of the panelists here in Gusiland. Right now, people are at the road waiting for people to give them handouts. Nothing else, nothing like an idea. So these ideas that we keep on talking about, manifestos, would rather have those manifestos in form of tissues we give these people to go and use, because they don't use those manifestos at all. What the manifesto that our people understand better is when you line them up and give them handouts. So forget about ideas. It is now boiling down to reality. The era or the season of ideas is now gone. Now it is reality on ground. And it depends. If you have money, fine, you are relevant. If you don't have money, then your season is over with ideas. Now people don't want ideas, they want people with money. That is the reality, unfortunately. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dalphant, your take on this?
Allow me to respond quickly on a few issues. First, to start with the headline that you read for us. You can see Uhuru is on a desperate spot.
We have lost Dalphant. We have lost Dalphant. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the Gusii region politics. That is our next point of discussion. Now we start with the governor race, where it is pitting the two top contenders are Simbarati and Ezekiel Machogu. And of recent parts, there have been a lot of discussions on this, and we hope we have a nice transition from this. Now we start with the ODM nominations. Arati came to Kisii to conduct the ODM nominations. Ongwae was at the Orange House to give out the certificates. I don't know what your take is on this. Jeff, what do you think about this?
Zach, on Kisii politics, Kisii County politics, I don't want to comment anything. I want to try and stay away from the Kisii County politics. I know, for my personal reasons, but it's not going to be easy going forward. That is what I can say at the moment.
Chomba, your take? Hello, Chomba. Okay, Dennis, your take on this?
Yeah, so I must register my opinion about Kisii County politics, and it can go either way. Simbarat came very erratic, and he tried to fight the local known seasoned politicians. To some extent, they gave him a break. They took a backseat. He went ahead and thought he had won. And those in his camp developed a sense of self-importance. And at some point, they even knew what position they will take. Once their Simbarat becomes governor. And you see that has even worsened the situation for Simbarati, because when you have people who have already reserved positions, and any new entrant into their camp is considered a threat, someone who will take over what they've already divided amongst themselves, then that spoil for Simba's campaign or political reign on ground. Right now, there was this that took a backseat back, and they've ganged up from different directions. If you see from Bobasi, we have Mzee Obure. Mzee Obure has decided not, according to me, necessarily to win the gubernatorial seat, but just to deal with the young man. And this is an old man who has tested the waters in Gusiland. He has been elected a number of times. And therefore, we can't rule him out and say he doesn't control Bobashi. And then we have other candidates, like Mzee Ongeri, yes, had to run away because he could not, wrestle it out with Simba. And he went and, opted to have another party to run under a different party. But again, beyond that, he will be tackling another candidate for UDA from Nyaribari, that is Ezekiel Ombaki Machogu, because they come from the same clan. They are even brothers, so to say. So Mzee Ongeri also is not a big issue anymore. He's more into reducing or cutting Machogu to size. But as it is right now, the two front runners in the gubernatorial contest are Mzee Machogu and the Simbarat. But the earlier celebrations that had been we were commonly treated to, that it must be Simba or it must be whoever that, or even Machogu. For those that are celebrating, this thing can go either way. I'm not saying Simba cannot win. Neither am I saying that Machogu cannot win. But I'm saying this thing is close to call. It can go either way. Even this Machogu can be governor. But I'm struggling. I used to believe that Simba has become governor. And I've gone round. I've seen, yes, he has some considerable support from young people, even in Nyaribari. But you see, most of the support that he enjoys is out of the rabble rousing on highways. The good music, audible, and such kind of things. But in the villages, people don't know him. So he needs to do more because there is still time. He needs to do more because there is still time. Machogu is peaking so fast. So if Simbarati will retreat into celebrations and do less about his candidature, things are getting tight. Machogu is becoming governor of Kisii County, so it will depend on how smart these two will be during the remaining season, because this is again the very critical season in this political journey. So I wish each of them all the best. Of course, I will vote for one of them, but I'll vote for the one who will most likely show signs of winning. It doesn't matter the party. Yeah, so I'm still undecided, but let each of them do his homework well. When I see a winning candidate, then I'll also join him when that is clear. But as of now, no clear winner. things are getting tighter. Thank you.
Asante. Dalfan, your take on this race?
I was saying something before that.
Yes.
I'm saying that Uhuru has become desperate. He doesn't have a political muscle. He's now trying to sway civil servants into going out and campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga. You can see he's fighting from a corner. And the argument that Raila is in Rift Valley and Mount Kenya, it's neither here nor there. They should work on their numbers. Again, Ruto has traversed the so-called strongholds for Raila Amolo Odinga. In Nyanza, here in Kisii, in Kuria, he has been to Western, he has been to Northeastern, he has been to Coast. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
There's a call that is disrupting me. But because I'm rushing somewhere, because I'm rushing to some meeting, I've been urgently been called. I think I will leave it at there. We will catch up later. So you'll excuse me for today.
Okay. Thank you very much. So that is it. That is on Kisii politics, and I hope that we have a good transition. Thank you very much, friends, for joining to us. Each and every morning, we'll be having the newspaper review. The Goosey Politics will be tackling it each and every evening, and the day's politics. So, Donny Soseko, Jeff, and my dear, thank you for joining. And until tomorrow, when we'll be reviewing the
Before we
headlines.
log out,
Yes,
before
yes,
we
yes.
log out, what I can
Yes.
say, politics is dynamic. We are yet to witness a lot before August, especially in Gusii County politics. I don't know how true the propaganda about Simbarati is, but if it could turn out to be true, that will be a game changer. What I know from the corridors of power, this thing was decided long time ago. That your next governor is none other than Chris Obure. You take it to the bank or leave it, I don't know what to say. That is
Thank
why I
you.
said I gave up with the Kisii County politics. There was a day I was in South Mugirango, some like a week ago. I tried just to collect opinion polls. We can all agree that Simba has tried to penetrate the minds of the Kisii voter into deep down into villages. On the ground, the guy looks like he has a huge following. But we know politics is politics. You can say I'm the front runner. I've got votes across the county, but when those votes will be counted and tallied, it will be a different thing. Siasa ne nkong.
So, thank you. Thank you for that, and thank you for joining to this program. Asante. Now we will log out.
Sawa.